is an international organization with 40 chapters around the world and 14,000 members. We're an organization that supports and celebrates women's accomplishments. And here in Tennessee, we're really proud that you have the Tennessee Women in Film and Media. And it's a great organization for filmmakers across the state.
Mr. Mays.
How you doing, sir?
John Payne, pleased to meet you, man.
Likewise.
Okay, now tell us what you're involved with and everything. I'm sorry they didn't give me a strip.
No problem.
Okay.
Well, basically, I have the What's Happening in Myron radio show, which comes on 88.5 Thursday night, 7 to 9.
I was kept calling your name, Myron Mays.
Make sure you
yeah.
check that out. I've writer for Tri-State Defender.
Okay.
Eight and a half years or so.
Okay.
Now, and just out here, just being a part of the good things that are happening here in Memphis.
I appreciate it, man.
This film fest is a good thing.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. They telling me to wrap it up. They didn't give me much time.
That's all right.
Thank you so much, man. I know you work with Memphis. I know you promote us across the world.
Yeah.
Tell us, give me your name and what you do.
Well, first of all, my name is Lisa Catron, and I represent the Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau. I am the international sales manager, so I travel all over the world selling our great destination, but selling the soul of Memphis.
Anyway, Memphis is a great city to live in, and it's great that they got somebody like you selling our city.
Oh,
now look
absolutely.
in that camera right there and tell us some of the places you've been and what all you're doing.
Well, I've been to Jakarta, I've been to Bali, I've been to Tokyo, I've been to, you name it, I've been to Copenhagen, I've been to Paris, France. I just love my destination, and I want to be able to share that to everyone internationally and bring them back to Memphis and show them those hot spots. Come to Memphis, Tennessee, home of the blues and birthplace of rock and roll.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
It really starts on the page. You know, I'm an actor, and an actor is with the last piece of the puzzle. So it really starts with the writing of, Robert Townsend and Keenan Ivory Wayans that wrote the script. And, the process that we go through rehearsals and everything else to bring the character to life. I'm blessed to be able to play those roles and be able to do what I can with them. But it all starts on the page. You have to have a good role in order to start with.
Yes, sir.
Shuffle was semi-autobiographical. It was my, story, me and Keenan Ivory Wayans' story in Hollywood as young actors starting out, and the different roles we were auditioning, and then the images of black people. And so Hollywood Shuffle is really, about the inner workings of Hollywood and how it works. And so, the film became a success, but I'm glad to hear that it's being taught, on college levels.
To study the stereotype, exactly what you said, to study the stereotypes of African Americans and how we are portrayed in the movies and on film and in commercials. So thank you so much for making that movie.
Thank you. I love what I do. I love creating. I started in the theater in Chicago, and I was the youngest member of XBAG, the Experimental Black Actors Guild. And that was really my beginning at 16 years old. And then I did my first film, Cooley High, when I was 16 years old, had 2 lines in the movie. I was an extra in Mahogany with Billy Dee and Diana Ross. And so I've been in a lot of different movies since I was, really a kid. And so I just feel honored to do what I do.
Yes, sir. Now, did you have some vision behind the In Living Color thing back in the day?
No. Keenan and I worked together on Partners in Crime. We did that together, and then I was trying to get the 5 Heartbeats finished, and then Keenan went on to do In Living Color, but I didn't have anything, but a lot of the actors, the same actors we worked with, that we believe in, we all worked on projects together.
Oh, you look good.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
I mean, an attorney told me early in my career there's going to be a lot of actors that walk and talk across many screens, but very few would be remembered.
Okay.
And so I was hoping that I could be in memorable storylines, and I've been lucky. I've been really lucky that I've been in storylines that people remember and want to see over and over again.
Yeah, and of course, I left out Little Richard. I mean, man, you played you played that role. Now, how do you get in character? How you study the people that you get in character?
Well, I mean, I look at a lot of footage. I talk to people that knew them, family members and everything else. And, I just do my best to really capture who that person is. I think, when you're an actor, it's important for you to put in the work and to really, do your research whenever possible and to really try to take your character and breathe life into them and have them jump off the page and into the laps of the people watching them, and that's what I try to do.
Well, you did that great. I mean, with David Ruffin and Little Richard, you know, you really played those roles and really brought out. You know, this is one little last thing. You know, I was reading something else. They were saying the AOL voted you as the most sexiest actor a few years ago. Now I know from my wife to my daughters, everybody look at Leon. How did you pick that image up?
I didn't pick it. You know, it's anything having to do with sexy or sex symbol is something I had nothing to do with.
It just found you, huh?
Yeah, I'm just doing my thing, and if people find me sexy, you know, I'm happy.
Okay, man, I really appreciate this time, and I'm gonna let you go ahead on and talk to some others, man.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, Leon.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm standing next to an icon.
I heard you working on a book now. I can't
Yes,
wait for
I
this
am.
book.
I am.
I can't wait for this book, baby.
Once you do a movie, though.
Sure.
One second.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, okay, you got me? Okay, all right. Yeah, here with Robert Townsend and here with my main man, boy. I tell you, woo, you so clean.
All flash, no cash.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. Now, look, I heard you from. You got a book coming out, Robert. We just talking.
My publishers are beating me up, so hopefully I'll be finished by spring.
By spring.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you out here to celebrate this 25th with the favorite man?
Oh, man, thank you. So, well, it's because of God. It's because of you. It's because of you. No. Because I know, because you
I've only watched it 100 times, man. I still
He's
love
telling
it.
the truth.
Oh my God!
Everybody else
cut it on, man.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. But no. But it started. You know, when you talk about groups coming together and creating a sound, it's inspiration that comes from him. This man.
Well, we've been around the block once or twice. That's all. Like, God has been good to us, man, and we still.
So let me ask you a question. And so watching the 5 Heartbeats, does it remind you of being in your group and the whole thing?
Dude.
Tell me what reminds you. I just want to know for me.
The guy who always tried to keep everybody together.
Ooh.
Oh, I was that guy.
You were like Dresser.
Yes. I'm the guy who always wanted to keep everybody rehearsal, everybody dressed okay, just make sure everything was okay. Even when I didn't get paid, everybody else got paid.
Now, was there an Eddie Kane?
Yes, it was.
Oh, we ain't gonna get into that.
I was him too.
He was 2 and 1.
I was 2 and 1.
Oh my God.
No, I wasn't. No, I didn't get that. No, actually, that wasn't Eddie Kane.
Okay.
Now,
and did you have to ever deal with, like in the story we have Big Red? Did y'all have to deal with characters like that back then?
Oh yeah. When you're in this business, you know, Robbie, all the characters come into your life. All of them do. And in my book, I talk about essentially the book is called "And the Band Plays On." So, and it's more than just about me.
And
it's
the Band Plays On is the book. I love the title.
Yeah, you?
I do.
I was up for grabs at that. I thought it was good because that's exactly what happens. But it's your night, man.
Oh man. Well, anyway, thank you so much for being here. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Welcome to Memphis again.
So it's groups like them that inspired you to write the 5 Heartbeats?
Yes, because I love music, fascinated with music, but then I was always, curious, like what happened behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And so, like as they got into the money, as they got into why did groups break up, I was really fascinated. And when I hear this, it really lets me know that I really.
Dead on the money.
Okay.
Every character that you had was a character in groups like this. I came from the Tim Please, man.
Oh my God.
I came from doo-wop.
So you know.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Tim Breeze. We were trying to be the Temptations.
God bless you.
Go ahead, man. You got
bless
to
you.
Idea to come up with the concept of the 5 Heartbeats. So how did that story come about? It started when I was a kid, and the Temptations broke up. And when they broke up, I was like, this is the greatest group of all time. What happened? And then after it was over with, as an adult, I become a filmmaker, and I decided I want to, make movies. And after Hollywood Shuffle, my first movie, thank you. The next film, I said I want to do a film about a singing group, and that's when Keenan and I, started doing research, met with different people, and it started the journey to make what would become the 5 Heartbeats. And I got one quick question for for Leon, because I know you did JT here in 5 Heartbeats. You also did David Ruffin. A lot of people may have forgotten that you actually did the movie where you played Little Richard. So you had we're talking about the singing and the performing characters. So is there anything that that made you gravitate toward performing artists' characters?
You know, actually performing. Well, anyway, first off, how we doing? I'm very happy to be here in Memphis.
All right.
You know, I consider this one of the top 3 music cities in the country. Well, you know.
In the world.
That's where it started, in the South.
Everything started in the South.
There you go.
But then, as far as musical characters, that's something that actually just came my way. You know, Robert had cast me in the 5 Heartbeats, and after that, you know, those roles just started gravitating to me. I started getting those offers, and I don't know, I guess they just saw me in that way. Robert saw me. You want to tell that story, or you want me to tell that story?
You tell the story, you tell the story.
Robert, well, the story that Robert originally, the role of his brother was going to be played by Keenan. I've been waiting until he wrote the movie. Yeah, and what happened is that it took a while to get the movie made, you know. Actually, Keenan was going to play the role. And after a while, you know, it took a while to get a movie made with about 5 brothers. Get the financing. So after a while, when they got the money, I guess, for the movie, Keenan had got in Living Color. And, you know, Robert said, go ahead, do your thing. And I guess you saw me at the MTV Awards, right? At the MTV Awards.
Leon had just done a video with Madonna called Like a Prayer. And
Like a virgin? What?
Well, excuse me, sir. If it was Like a Virgin, there's no need for me, right? Anyway.
Jesus.
Like a Prayer. Keenan goes on to doing Living Color, and they're doing Living Color. I finally get the green light on the 5 Heartbeats, and the casting director, Jackie Brown, says there's an actor that you got to meet that would be perfect to play your brother. And at the time, the video was really big, and you know, Leon was doing other movies and stuff, and I didn't know him. And so when I met him, he came into the office, and you know, like we had a small office, and it was like, you know, we were just starting up, and so it was like the secretaries and all the different people in the office. So when Leon comes into the room, all the women are like, woo, Leon. And then Jackie's like, and I was like, what's going on out there? So then he comes in to meet with me, but I'm like, oh wow, you know, he's got that kind of matinee idol kind of thing where women are gravitating toward him. And in the movie, you know, he's got to be smooth and suave. And I was like, oh, he's got a lot of this flavor already. And then we started talking. And then he's just really smart actor, really understands his craft, but then he's got that street side too. So then at that point I looked at Jackie and I said, he's my brother. I said, he's gonna be my brother, and that's how it really started.
The funny thing is, you know, like lots of times in Hollywood you go through movies, especially when you're starting off, and you go through the audition process and you're reading and...
Oh, it's back on, the mic is back on.
Oh, and you're auditioning and stuff, and really have that. Robert actually chose a lot, at least with me, he did that. And we were, where was it, Wilshire Bell Theater someplace in LA? And he took me around the corner and started talking to me. You know? I thought he was a pimp or something. And he started, because he was saying things to me that I'd never heard before. No one ever talked to me like that before. He was saying, in movies with, white movies, they got all these actors, these matinee idols, that women go see regardless of what movies they're in. And I see you like that. Yeah. That you could be a matinee idol. And I was like, really? Yeah. I didn't even know what the movie was about. I'm like, I'm in. And so, you know, and the thing is, to be honest with you, when you're young and you're in the business and I'm from New York. I didn't grow up in Hollywood, so I'm in the business, and there's someone who's established like that. He'd made movie before, and people were talking about it. Came up to me and talked to me like that. I was like, wow, no one's ever talked to me like that. Had that kind of like confidence in me. So I was like, yeah, this is great. Let's go. Let's do this. And we made a classic. And one thing I have to tell you is one thing. The Five Heartbeats did not open up well, okay? But it was supposed to. The Five Heartbeats tested higher than Home Alone, okay? They flew us on private jets. We were in Esquire magazine, Interview, all these, us, everything. But that's not where we should have been. Where we should have been was in Jet, in Ebony. Where we should have been was on street corners and stuff, and Robert fought for that. But that wasn't their policy at 20th Century Fox. They said, we don't do that. But Robert says, but that's where my people are. They need to see this. You got us in all the great magazines that, the America reads, but it's like, my people got to see about this movie, And so, Robert can tell you more about his fight with the studio and stuff like that, but what happened is that Robert, the whole time we were making this movie, he would always be saying, listen, we're trying to make a classic here. We're not trying to make just a movie. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he really was like, and when you're an actor, you're like, I'm just hoping the thing gets released. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with the classic, but let's just finish this joint and let's see it get out. You know what I'm saying? But he really, I have to give it to him, he always thought he was making a classic.
It is a classic.
And so, but this is the true blessing of it all. The true blessing, we were just talking about this right now when we were sitting in a bar. He says, do you believe this? 25 years later, people are still talking about this movie. It was voted the #1 film by AOL of African Americans in the last 25 years because people voted what was their favorite movie. And we're like, wow, I guess we've made a classic. We may not have got the money for the classic, but we made a classic.
All right, question. How many people felt like that was David Ruffin when you saw the Temptations movie? Because without David Ruffin, they were just some guys in search of a David Ruffin, right? All right, are we ready to take the questions from the crowd?
What steps were needed to were taken in order for you to be able to reach the market that you were trying to reach, us, the African American market, or those ones where you were coming from the Jet readers?
Well, the thing was, in terms of reaching the audience, what it was that, like, when you watch this movie, there's a certain kind of sensibility. There's a certain sensibility that's real human and real and honest. And I wanted the commercials and the trailers to all have that same kind of feel. And they wanted to do another thing, and they were trying to tell me about, who my audience is and who we are as a people. And I go, when I saw the trailers, I was like, I don't even like the trailers myself. A lot of times the trailers are the best thing about a movie. And, because the film tested so high, they didn't know what to do. So we kind of just watched it die. Right now I'm working on a documentary about the film, and it'll come out this fall. And if you go to roberttownsend.com, there'll be a newsletter. You get more information if you really want to know the secrets, because there's a lot of stuff that happened as we were making this movie, and you won't believe what happened behind the scenes. It's even like a movie itself. But the marketing people, they weren't going to listen to me. But at that time, I was, writing the film, directing the film, acting in the film, producing the film, and then I didn't have the energy to market the film. And then I knew when it wasn't right and when it wasn't, so we just kind of, like I said, when the movie opened and we died, but then it got on television and people started watching it, and every Thanksgiving people would talk, and then the holidays, and now people tweet every time it's on television, and it's global. So it really did. It really did.
Yeah, unfortunately, it reached the market through a lot of bootleg videos. Bootleg videos and laser discs. Remember them? Yeah, unfortunately, but I remember I was in the airport and I saw Michael Tyson. And he was like, Leon, come here. I seen that movie, Five Heartbeats. I cried. I said, oh, cool, cool. And I left, he grabbed me, he said, you better not tell nobody.
I'm not gonna bring back Partners in Crime. I'm working on a new show, but it'll be comedy, and it's a show that I have with gospel music as well. So that's
Wait, does someone have a question about the movie?
I have a question. Okay, first of all, my name is Lisa Catra. I work for the Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau. I am the international sales manager. What city did you shoot in?
We shot the film in Los Angeles, and second unit was in New York City.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Original Heartbeat got shot in the first scene before while the credits were still rolling.
Yes, Bobby was an original Heartbeat, and the scene in the movie, what had to be cut out of the movie was that Bobby was in the hospital and he went solo because he got shot, and his first album was called Bobby, Bobby, My Husband's in the Lobby.
Duck wasn't a heartbeat then.
No, Duck was a heartbeat.
But that would have made sense.
Eddie.
So Eddie wasn't a heartbeat.
Eddie wasn't a heartbeat.
Okay.
Bobby was the lead singer.
Thank you.
Yes.
My daughter wants to start in film. What would you tell her to begin?
Your daughter wants to start in film, and where to begin? Because now, you know, you have these things called cell phones. This is now an office. Any information you want to know about anything, how to write a script, Google. How to write, there's so much information. The only thing that's going to stop this generation of filmmakers is fear. It's like it stops anybody in life, you know.
Absolutely.
You can play stuff in your head, or you can say whatever limiting beliefs you believe, but if you can break through that, whatever you want to do, it's like a waterfall starts with a single drop. If you want to be a filmmaker, you take your phone and you say, hey, I'm going to write out 4 little pages and I'm going to direct it. My dog's going to be in it, my mom's going to be in it, my cousin's going to be in it, and you make it and you study if you really want it. Some people say they want to be in this seat, but it's a lot of work and you got to love it. The first thing is you got to have passion for it. You really love it. Yeah.
So when you do Heartbeats 2, second version, would you consider shooting in Memphis?
You know, here's the thing. We were having a conversation today about potentially a filmmaker here came to my master class in LA during BET weekend, and he pitched an idea that was really great, had everybody in the class going crazy. I had, you know, we met last night at the Hard Rock, and I was talking to him about working on his script. So now that project is going to be kind of on the fast track here with this film festival to work with him. So I'd like to shoot here, but now it's kind of like local filmmakers giving him an opportunity. Right there.
You make some awesome films, and you talked about how you tell the story differently.
Yes.
So what do you attribute your longevity without like the big Hollywood books?
You know the thing is that the only thing that I would say is that as a storyteller, if I can, like Holiday Heart, if I can touch your heart and really make you laugh and really make you cry, or In the Hive, or even Baps. Halle Berry was going through her worst divorce in history, and she's doing a comedy, and she's really funny in it in her own quirky way. Doing Little Richard's story with Leon. Leon is being outrageous, and we would go and shoot that movie, and I would push him really, really hard, but as an actor, he would step up to it, where I go like, I want you on the piano, and I go, woo, you know, this stuff, and he went, because he could go like, Rob, you're going too far, Rob, and he got to dance, take his drawers off, throw them in the air, and I was like, I don't know if man gonna do this, but I was, like, come on, man, let's do this. And as an actor, when you paint on that canvas, if everybody is in agreement, then you can go there. But it starts first. I mean, wouldn't you say it starts first with acting? Like the actors have got to believe in it and want to go there?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I always say, people say, talk about like you were great in the movie or whatever else have you. But, you know, to me, a great performance is a collaboration between the actor and the director. You know, because no matter what I want to do, he has to allow me to do it because it's his painting and I'm just a piece of it. You know, so we have to be on the same page. You know, and the thing is, like, for example, with Little Richard, for example, I'm really into research. I'm really into like researching my character and finding things. So there were things that weren't in the script that I would tell Robert, and the studio's like, That's got to be in there. That's got to be in there. This happened in the book. Because it was based on this book. This is it. We got to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is it.
And let me say about that. When he goes into character, he's not Leon anymore. He's Little Richard. So I got to say, Little Richard goes, yes.
Absolutely.
The whole time we're shooting, like even as JT, he be in character, like with the extras there. He was like, I'm being JT. I'm sorry. I'm being JT. I'm gonna be JT. I don't know, like when I know he told me stories about the Temptations and how hard he went into character for David Ruffin, but I know you went there because if you're gonna go there as an actor, you got to go as crazy as possible.
And the Temptation actors didn't talk to me for like a year after the movie. they're like Leon, man, please. But I was David. Performance. I wouldn't know because I was David Ruffin the whole time. So the Temps didn't like David Ruffin. so I didn't expect my co-stars to like me because my ego was way out of control. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's
you get real emotion, real emotion.
You know, and so that's I just can't help it. You know, that's what I like to do.
I have a question. How'd you get Ving Rhames to wear a perm? Because he's like the hardest brother.
You know, Cheryl L. West wrote Holiday Heart, and when I read the script, I thought it was like a beautiful story of a non-traditional family. And then Showtime, they said Ving Rhames read the script, he's interested in it. I met with Ving, I said, we're really gonna go there. You know, if you're gonna do this, we gotta go there. And so sometimes we got into fights because it took hours to put it on and everything, and then, you know, working the whole aspect of this man who's going through what he's going through. But that's what a real director does. You look at the canvas and then you go like, and Alfred Woodard. Oh my God! How many people have seen that movie? You know the movie? Yeah. So here's the scene. You talk about like Leon knows this. I will improvise in a scene in a second. So Alfred goes in character like he goes in character. They go real deep. So the scene where the little girl is reading the poetry on the stage and Ving is in the audience and she's graduating. It was written in the script, it's just going to be outside, she's smoking her crack, and then she looks inside and she sees her daughter on stage and she runs outside. That was the end of the scene. So then as the little girl started doing the thing, I started going like, oh my God, while Ving is there and she's on stage, I want to go, get me a van, she's going to be getting high in this van, and I want her acting crazy outside in the middle of this beautiful poem. So then I go to my first AD, I said, get camera A, get camera B, get on the ladder. The sun's going down, Rob, we only got 15 minutes. Get it, go outside. Then I go up to Alfred, I say, Alfred, we're going to do another scene outside. He says, Rob, what the hell are you talking about, man? What the hell are you talking about? So we're going to do another scene outside. It's kind of like you heard some of the poetry, what she said inside, and so we're going to take it outside. I just need you to stay in character, whatever. What did you hear inside? What did you hear? Blast up. Camera A running, camera B, camera C, let's roll. Action. Blast up. Light me up. That's what you saw in the scene. Because she stayed like real actors, and I understand, like, I could get mad at him while we're shooting, but I know he's in character. So when you're really in character,